So I don't know about you guys, but when I watched Encanto, I was hooked immediately. It is
Yeah,
such a
it was good.
phenomenal film. I mean, what did
Great
you
film.
guys think? Like, did you have was it one of your
Oh,
favorites?
I loved Encanto.
Eh?
But it did. I had the Disney fatigue, so it did take a lot of Connor convincing me to watch it.
Yeah, it took about one line of Connor convincing me. He was just like watching Encanto. I went, okay.
Which really
And then I
surprised
watched
me.
it.
It's really surprised me
Yeah.
because you don't watch many things that don't originate in
Oh,
Japan.
no. No, I do. It's just, I just don't talk about them.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Wazo is the last one of the three of us I would expect to like outwardly go to a Disney movie or something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah, he's not that guy.
I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy.
You're not part of the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, pal.
Hot dog.
Hot diggity dog.
Man. Encanto was refreshing though. Disney's doing a lot of specific region type stories. It's pretty cool. Unlike the previous two, kind of.
I enjoyed Encanto. I thought it was a very good film. And as a person that takes a lot to, well, actually, it doesn't take a lot to make me enjoy a film, but you know, I enjoyed it. So
I think
I feel like Disney has like a bar at this point where it's like we expect more from them.
yeah. But at the same time, I think Encanto really delivered on those expectations because it checked so many boxes. Like, it had cultural relevance and it had family matters that are really universal, so anyone could relate to it, and especially, you could especially relate to it if you're of that ethnicity, culture, or background. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, it had a lot of powerful character moments. My favorite thing about Encanto being it didn't like push like an overarching plot too hard. Like obviously the magic is dying, we're losing our powers thing was a huge like overhead. But it wasn't like traditional plot. It wasn't like, oh, we need to go like fetch this thing or we need to go defeat this bad guy. It was just
we need to go throw the
them
ring
sorting out their family stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And from a
Gotta go on
narrative,
this
like,
epic
from a narrative structure point of view, it really made you think you knew it was gonna happen, and then you had no idea, and it was just so perfectly paced to the point where the climactic reveal. I'm assuming everyone who's watching this has watched Encanto. If you haven't, then go watch it.
Yeah, this is your
Yeah,
spoiler
this is a
warning
spoiler
right
warning.
There
now.
you go.
But
We like to go
Yeah.
in depth here.
but the moment where Mirabel and the grandmother had that really endearing moment where you found out the actual past, and that the grandmother was she had the realization that she was I want to say the problem, but more just the catalyst of the family's problems. That was such
That was such a good
poignant
yes.
moment, and it delivered on every base.
A lot of
That
film
that
felt very
scene with
wholesome
like
to
the
me.
cracks. Yeah, the cracks between her and Abuela when they're busy arguing in the house was probably my second favorite scene because it's just so powerful. It's just you're the problem, and then like the crack goes between them, and the house starts falling apart.
Speaking of problems, the only problem with the film, not enough Bruno. I really
Bruno's
enjoyed
such a
Bruno.
sweetheart.
Bruno was so great. I loved the scene where it was like, "Oh, are you the one plastering these walls?" He's like, "Oh no, that's not me. That's this
Hernando.
person." Fernando puts a freaking bucket on his head. That was great. And then he had a bucket on his head at the very end when they're building back the house. That hit me. I was like, "Yay!"
And it goes back to
I
like
was so happy.
Bruno's mess up at the wedding where he tries to like swagger in and like tell a joke and it causes everything to go wrong. It just fits his character so well that he's just a well-meaning introvert and he's just really
That's what
shy.
I love about it. His sister, who whenever she feels negative, she just it just starts raining, and he says on her wedding day, "Looks like it's gonna rain," and a freaking hurricane. And it's such a phenomenal.
Exactly, like it was such a well-meaning thing, and before you know Bruno, you're like, man, this guy's a villain. He's got the classic evil Disney green.
Yeah,
Of course
got
he's
that evil smile.
And then you meet him, and he's so like he's the last person. Like anyone could take him in a fight. He's really well-meaning.
Yeah.
He lives with rats.
That's what I love about it.
great.
That's what
I
I
love it.
really love. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen from that point onward. You think you know, and then you don't.
But not gonna lie, having a rain cloud over your head sounds like a really terrible power. Like that.
No,
It
for
sounds
me,
annoying.
the shortest straw was Dolores. with
Oh
her
yeah,
earring.
that I was about to
That
say
must
that
be
as well.
so
Oh, yeah.
annoying.
Yeah,
Damn,
everything
you
that
can
goes
hear
on.
everyone.
Nah.
I would go insane. Yeah, yep, definitely going insane.
That also raises another
Yeah.
point. The whole cast of characters is amazing. Like every
Oh,
member
yeah.
of that
Oh,
family is
brilliant.
incredible.
Except for the shape-shifting one. Like, I have no clue what his
Camilo.
deal was.
Yeah, he was a
Yep.
bit one note.
Yeah, he was just. I can
He was
shape-shift.
funny, but like that's all he was. I've seen a lot of people online be like, "He's my favorite." I'm like, "Why? He didn't do anything.
Yeah.
He just cracked a few
Turned
jokes."
into
He
a
was like,
baby.
"Oh, Bruno,
He's got nice
haha."
hair.
Those guys, yeah.
He's cool.
But then you get the other end of the spectrum with characters like Luisa. And my word, that song, Surface
Wow.
Pressure, I guarantee you
So
that
good.
resonated with almost every older sibling out there.
Also, Surface Pressure had normal singing, like not Disney princess singing, normal singing in it, and that was really good.
And another thing that I always like to gush about when it comes to things like recent Disney movies is that they are getting so good with using the medium of animation to their advantage by not restricting their songs to like the parameters of the world. Like they can make it like that song in particular was very symbolic, and it took place in so many different places that obviously like it was just imagery and symbolism, but those are like the things that you miss out on in older things where the character is just running around in their bedroom, for example.
Oh yeah, and
No,
with
exactly,
like
yes.
flash mobs,
Hmm.
where they're just people come out of nowhere.
This movie was very much like a musical, like in its heart. Like everything just like shifted around the songs. They really connected with the characters. It moves the plot
And
along.
it's absolutely amazing.
Like usually it'll just be like, oh, we're breaking into song now. It's going to be a separate thing. Then we'll go back to normal. Now Encanto embraced that. Like, yeah, this is part. This is happening.
Yes, and like the "We Don't Talk About Bruno" reminded me a little bit of the old Lion King song where I forget the name, but he says like he just can't wait to be king.
Cheers.
Literally
Yeah,
the
that's
name
the
of the
name of the
song.
song. But it reminded me of that
King.
because everyone was sort of dancing
Oh, that's
around.
good.
It was this big, colorful number, and everything was just like moving. And obviously, it's not real, so to speak, but it works because it's animation and you can do anything.
Exactly, yeah.
Indeed.
Okay, best character progression for you guys, or at least favorite character.
Okay, well, I already alluded to it. Obviously, Bruno is my favorite character. Going from
I think Bruno's a
mysterious-
bored white favorite.
yeah,
Yeah.
going from a mysterious sort of character, is like, ooh, what's he gonna be? And then meeting him, going, oh, he's great, and
He's wonderful.
It's just such a lovely person to be around, and the only person to take a horse to where they were at the river. What a great!
The only one to
Only
actually
one.
use their
So
resources.
it's like, I'm gonna take this horse to them. I'm not gonna walk all the way there. Gonna grab a horse.
Yeah,
Big brain.
he's a fan favorite easily.
One of my favorite progressions is the Isabella character.
Oh, really?
Because man, I hated
Oh
her
yeah,
at the beginning of the movie.
perfectionist.
But then after her song, where she's just like, I'm gonna do whatever I want, whatever, it's cool. And she's just like, kind of like tie-dye dress and everything. That was really awesome. I loved
Oh
that.
yeah.
Because it's such a subversion of the usual, like, oh, she's the perfect one, aha. But no,
That was a
it
great
was
song.
like, no, you don't have to be perfect.
I enjoyed
Just be
that.
yourself.
I
Also-
enjoyed that scene.
Yeah, that's
That was a
also what
great
made it
scene.
so relatable because it shows that the person who's perfect is not actually perfect and is just trying to be, and it's wrecking them emotionally. Like that whole family dynamic is
Exactly.
incredible and very well portrayed.
Yeah, like one of the themes of Encanto, I believe, is just like, yeah, even if like you have this big responsibility or like something has been thrust upon you, it doesn't define you. It's like, as long as you got your family or you're true to yourself, or whatever, you'll be fine.
And that's
Ah,
what
yeah,
that's what really makes the movie shine is that whole family dynamic where, I mean, there are a lot of families out there who would want to like show that they have it all together and show it to the rest of the world that they are this amazing family that's really got things together and they are doing such great things. But behind the curtains, like the children are suffering under the stress that the parents are putting on them, for example. And that's where like it's themes like that, and it's themes like that really make it impactful for people watching it because of the relatability.
Yes. That's what I believe Disney movies should be at their core. That
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
stuff, you know?
Something that you can
And a lot of corporate stuff, a lot of like, oh yeah, we're relatable. Look at this Italian movie, haha. Encanto just nailed it. They just did it, man. It was perfect.
My favorite character, on the other hand, is Mariano. Yeah, that guy. Avocado.
Mariano.
I know, but in all seriousness, Luiso is easily my favorite character. Just because of the whole feeling of carrying a family on her back, and while it is breaking her, she knows she's the only one who's strong enough and capable of doing it. That is disturbingly common, and it's so nice that they portrayed that in the movie.
Yeah, I love that.
It's great.
The movie overall is just it's so different. Like, it's fresh, it's new, it's different to a lot of what Disney's been doing lately.
To be fair, when we were speaking about that character, you showed me that song before I watched Encanto.
Oh yeah.
And you were like so hyped about the song. You're like, "Oh, the song's great," and then I'd listen to it, and obviously having no context to the film, I was like, "It seems alright," and I was like, "It was okay." After watching
Which was that
Surface
pressure.
After watching the film and thinking about it, I was like, you know what, that was actually a pretty good song. You know, it was a pretty good song. You know, banger of a song. And also the character. At first, I was like, okay, I don't really like this character. And then after watching the film, I was like, you know what, that character is probably one of my favorites out of all the. I think she would probably be definitely top 5 of my favorite characters.
Yeah, definitely.
For that film.
And that's also a good example of good storytelling, because when you don't, it's like meeting someone in real life. You know, you look at this person and you make all these assumptions about their character, and then you actually get to know them and you realize, wow, there's a lot more to this person than I let on. And for that to shine through in characters is just good writing.
Yeah, well, that should be standard, I hope. Like, character arcs, I hope, should be standard in an industry this big.
Well, yeah.
It says a lot that we're now, like, that's the bar for Disney, that we had to be surprised by that.
Yeah.
What? Your characters have depth? Unthinkable.
Well, that's the problem with a lot of corporate stamps now, is that characters don't have depth.
I agree. I like current corporate moves, like DC's doing it a bit, Disney's doing it. The independent storytelling is really strong. Like, a lot of, like, 2010s or whatever, Disney was them, like, filling out, like, oh, look, the sequel to Finding Nemo. Guys, look, The Incredibles are back. And it was like, okay.
Yeah, who cares?
And then, like, now it's like, let's just tell stories again. And it's working.
Yeah. Incredibles 2 wasn't... It was okay. It was a film.
It was a film. But it wasn't, like, phenomenal like the first one.
No, definitely.
Yeah, it's always the sequels that are the corporate stamped ones. Like, a first movie always has a message and some motivation behind it. And then the second one is always, look, it's these characters that you love so much. And then...
Guys, you love Elsa. Here she is. Whoa, she's going on an adventure again.
Let it go too, guys. Let's go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's the problem with sequels. If you don't do the sequel right, it's kind of just like, remember me? Yeah, I remember you.
Coco, nice.
Great.
The thing we need to focus on about sequels is intent. Like, was the movie supposed to have a sequel, like Lord of the Rings, where it was clearly going to be a trilogy the whole time?
Yeah.
Or is it just, this made a lot of money, make another story about it?
Yeah.
I don't care if the characters already had their arcs and are fulfilled. Do it again.
Prime example of that is Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Oh.
No, I haven't watched that.
Don't get me started on that. That was a tragedy.
Was it? I haven't watched it, so...
You are so lucky you have not watched Ralph Breaks the Internet.
If I can put it to you in a way that you might understand, Wreck-It Ralph, the first Wreck-It Ralph reminded me a bit of the Iron Giant, whereas the second one reminded me of the Emoji Movie.
The Emoji Movie?
Exactly. Dude, it felt legit. Imagine if someone, like, never watched the first Wreck-It Ralph, read, like, half a wiki on what the characters are like, and then just, like, shoehorned them into TikToks, and that's basically the movie.
No, they can't do my boy like that.
Guys, it's funny. Ralph does the Rickroll, guys.
Oh no, I did see that. I did see him do the Rickroll. That was in the movie. I thought that was just like promotional stuff. That was actually.
Nope. They're just like, haha, guys, memes, get it? Kids love memes.
Oh no.
utter tragedy.
Oh,
Yeah,
did a
it was.
Rickroll.
That it was.
Oh.
But I feel like that's also gives a good with Encanto being the latest Disney movie to come out. It says a lot about where they're going in future, especially considering the most recent movies are all things like Coco. Like Coco was amazing, and then Luca was pretty good, but there's always all these brand new cultures and brand new like stories that haven't been told before, for lack of a better phrase.
Which begs the question: South African Disney movie when? Come on.
Oh, we've got the Lion King. There you go. We're good. We got the Lion King.
That was Africa as a whole,
No,
man. We can't have one
we're just
movie.
we're stealing Lion King. We're stealing it.
We're not even stealing it. It's our
Yep.
continent.
Yep, but we're stealing it to our country.
It's our representation. The animals.
Yeah, that's boom. Lions. That's
That's just Don't
Yep.
focus on anything else.
just lions.
Nothing
Nothing
else.
else.
There's a lot, but that's a discussion for another day.
Yeah.
No, hopefully
Yeah.
never.
Yeah, I hope I
That
yeah,
is
we
not the
definitely
kind of
not.
material we would like
Oh,
to cover
not
in this
at all.
podcast things.
Yeah.
But hey, no, I like Disney's having a bit of flexibility with their IPs. Like even Star Wars got its own anime. Like
Oh.
the TV shows of Star Wars are awesome.
Oh, don't
I'm sure.
don't get me started on Star Wars anime. That was
No, we will not. We will not. That's a tangent.
Yeah,
for
we'll
another
get
time.
there,
I
we'll
so,
get
I
there.
so badly want to talk about it. It was so good.
Highest of highs, the
Listen,
lowest
listen,
of
Wazo,
lows,
we will
quite
get there.
something.
We will get there.
We'll circle back to Star
Yes.
Wars. That'll
Yeah.
be something.
Yes.
Which I need
Talking
to
about.
watch.
Oh
we-
no.
Yeah, when we eventually force Connor to watch one of the most impactful cinematic movies of all
Yeah,
time.
it's kind of
Which one?
ironic. The film student hasn't seen Star Wars.
You haven't seen.
Exactly.
Wait. You haven't seen Star Wars?
Nope.
Like.
He has not
Any of
watched
them?
Star Wars. He's only watched The Phantom Menace, and like not even all of it.
What?
And I was kind of disappointed. I'm not gonna lie.
That's because it's the Phantom
Obviously,
Menace.
you watching the Phantom
What
Menace.
were you expecting?
Hey,
Man, watch the worst one and went, man, Star Wars.
no.
Star Wars sucks.
That was like it was one of those days when you go into the video store and you see take these 3 DVDs for like $20 or something, and then I watched the first one and I didn't want to watch the rest of them, and I was like, you know what? I'll watch Star Wars sometime. Maybe I'm just too young for this. Obviously, my
video
8-year-old
stores.
brain
Never
didn't think
did.
that, but that's what I'm saying now.
Damn, video stores. That's a blast from the past.
That's
Remember those
Oh.
things?
Those things.
Blockbuster, these videos. Oof.
Remember the disappointment of waiting for a movie. It's like 8 p.m. at night. Your family's all on the couch. You've made popcorn. You slip the disc in, and then it freezes. You're like, no, please no. You take the disc out, and boom, it's covered in scratches of an entire warfare like,
From the
battle
previous
that
family.
happened on
Oh
this
my
disc.
goodness.
Yeah.
How on earth do people leave their discs in such a
The
state?
worst was.
Especially for rental.
The worst is like when people just take it out, they flip it over and they leave it on top of the DVD player or the Blu-ray player. Oh, those are the worst. Those people.
And the thought of a scratched
deserve
CD
a
is like
trial.
nails on a chalkboard to me.
Discs, man. I remember having like a cupboard full of like PlayStation 2 discs and movies, and every time you like switch them out, you were the like Mission Impossible level of
Oof.
detail. You were moving like no smudges, no scratches, nothing.
I just kept them in the boxes, man. I took it out, boom, straight in the box. Not even
We messed this
missing a
up.
second.
That's the thing. Like the digital age
Digital
is
great.
beautiful because you can just access media whenever we want. Back in the day, it was like, if I scratch this, I'm not going to be able to watch my favorite movie, and I'll just have to deal
You
with
just
that.
have to live with it. Like you can't do anything else. You can try and like exhale on it and then rub it with your t-shirt or something, but it just doesn't work. Once it's scratched, it's broken, and you just gotta.
Live
Yeah.
with
It's just disappointing. It's done.
it. Done. Absolutely destroyed.
No, we
Well-
live in a good age. We live in a good age.
We do. We do.
It's a great age to live in.
I mean, I'm sure years ago, the prospect of watching a movie on the internet. I mean, imagine that. Like, want to watch a movie?
I mean, we're not that old. We were on the internet like
Oh yeah.
at least like end of
Oh,
primary
sure,
school.
but internet,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
like streaming sites and all that. Well, yeah, those are only like really mainstream, late, like past 2016, I want to say.
Well, it doesn't help that we've got the third world like perspective where we get stuff like a year or two
Okay, that
after
is
the
true.
big boys get this cool
That
stuff.
is true.
Yes, yeah. But at least fiber's coming in, so that's very nice. So
Yes. Finally, we have actual internet.
finally,
That is how you know.
oh,
Yeah, we have really been put through the most. Internet.
going from like waiting 3 days for a game to download to having the same game download in like an hour or even 30 minutes
Yes.
is such a game
It is like
changer.
it feels like we're actually evolving,
I was like, what?
like
What
technologically.
is
Yeah.
this? This used to take like a week of leaving my computer on just to download, and you're saying I can download while I go make myself some popcorn?
Okay, but let's circle back.
Right.
Let's circle back. Encanto was really like, I think I'd want to say it's my favorite Disney movie of all time. Not favorite movie of all time, but definitely favorite Disney movie. Just because of how many boxes
Really?
it checked.
Dang. Okay. What even would my favorite Disney movie be? Not counting Marvel.
Yeah, yeah.
Marvel fanboy. We're not counting that.
I don't
Pure
count.
Disney. Dang, that's tough. What about you, Wazo? What do you think?
Off the top of my head, I'd have no clue. I'd have to like look at a list of all the Disney films and go, okay, which one of these have I watched, and which one of them will I think are the greatest? So
No, wait. You know what? You know what? Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the
Oh,
Caribbean.
don't do that.
It's a Disney movie,
yeah,
Connor.
it
Don't
is
do
technically-
It's our
that.
childhood.
It's
You have to
technically.
pick it now.
Yeah, well, now
Oh.
Connor is
Pirates of the
destroyed.
Caribbean's a Disney movie.
He is destroyed.
It's the best one.
Okay,
He
Encanto
doesn't know.
favorite animated
Specifically
Disney
three.
movie. Fine. Screw
There
you
you
for
go,
doing
Oh,
that.
animated.
okay, animated is a different story. It's probably
But yes,
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
No, that was good. I enjoyed
Ratatouille's so good. What do you mean?
No. I just didn't. I agree. I just didn't think it would be like the best of the best.
I mean-
personally.
It's probably the fact that instantly I thought of Ratatouille when you said animated Disney movie.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay.
Like that should probably like give an indication that I think it's one of the
Hmm.
best. Oh no,
Oh no.
boys,
What?
The Incredibles. We mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
Not my favorite.
Oh, whoa.
What?
It's the Incredibles, man.
Encanto beats Incredibles for me.
Obviously, Connor doesn't think it was that incredible.
Personal opinion.
Ugh.
I just really
Ugh.
liked Encanto.
Fair enough, I guess. But man, it's Incredibles, man.
Incredibles didn't
you
make
can
me
have your
cry.
30
Incredibles
minutes
didn't make
of
me
Bruno.
cry. Like Encanto made me
Yoshi.
cry.
Okay.
No, yeah.
So
Those are the two I can think of. Incredibles and Ratatouille is probably like the high bar.
We have vastly
Probably
different
Incredibles
tastes.
more because it's. Probably Incredibles more because it's just more fun to watch.
Honestly, before Encanto, my favorite Disney movie was Coco. So Coco and Lion King. So
Probably Lion King. Yeah, Lion King's great. I've watched Lion King too many times
true.
to load it anymore. I've watched that movie like 30 times.
Yeah.
Not the bad remake. The remake is
No.
bad. I will fight you.
I mean the live action one.
yeah, we don't talk.
Yes,
We don't talk
live
about
action,
a live
air
action.
quote, air quote.
We don't talk about live action.
You know
we
what?
don't talk
Yeah,
about
we
it.
are live action hater squad.
Uh-huh.
We don't talk about them. They don't exist. Just don't think about them.
And what
They
would
won't-
you
they
guys
won't-
do? What
they
would you
won't
guys
hurt you.
do if Disney came out with a mini series called Let's Talk About Bruno?
Ugh, I'd actually cringe. Ugh. That'd be so bad.
Yeah, no.
It wouldn't. It's
I
not.
don't want
It's
that.
not completely off base for them.
Bruno was great in the movie. Leave him like that. Don't ruin him.
Yeah, leave Encanto alone now. It doesn't need a sequel. Doesn't need
Yeah.
anything else. Just
Yep.
leave it as the masterpiece it is.
I'm surprised I haven't seen more corporate chilling of Encanto, given how like popular it was.
I mean,
Or maybe we're just not the audience that's reaching.
yeah.
Probably.
Like-
Probably.
You'll find that it was probably got a lot of market promotion on things like TikTok and all that. Not intentionally, just because people would be like cutting We Don't Talk About Bruno into their dances or whatever. I don't know. I feel like an old man. I don't know what TikTok is.
Well, I meant like with Frozen, you could not escape that movie.
Oh, true.
Couldn't let it go.
Oh
there you
my
go.
goodness.
And that's how you get
Well,
your
on
friends
that
to
note, I
eat.
think we should let Wazzo go. This is
Yeah,
now
get
going to be
outta
a
here.
two-man podcast.
Get out of
Thank
here.
you,
Get
everyone.
out of here. We don't
Thanos
want you
snapped.
here.
Push. Gone.
Here we go.
How did you become a skeleton? Made a bad
Well,
joke.
I made a terrible pun.
But
I made two terrible puns.
But back what I was talking about. I've seen no Encanto like merch for lack of a better word.
Which is, yeah.
Like Frozen had posters and CDs and advertising everywhere. You couldn't escape it. Encanto, nothing. Legit saw a song on YouTube and then Connor recommended it to me.
Man, I have absolutely no idea what it is, but it speaks for itself that it gained that much popularity without having that same marketing channel. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's very impressive.
To be fair, there's not really. I mean, what would you be able to sell as merchandise for Encanto?
A Bruno hoodie.
Like
A Bruno hoodie.
the capybara.
A capybara. A donkey.
The capybara.
Fair enough.
Luisa's donkeys.
Yeah. Bruno's mirror. There you
Bruno's
go.
sand.
Bruno's sand.
I don't think they could sell sand, Connor. I don't think that would be a
Fair
hot
enough.
topic.
Fair
Edible
enough.
sand.
Okay, now we're talking.
Edible sand.
Edible sand.
Well, boys, with that, I think
I
we've
think we-
hit
yeah.
the possible low point.
Edible
sand
sand.
is where we draw the line. in the
So guys, what
sand.
do you think about Encanto to edible sand? That's where we are right
Would
now.
you buy? Would you buy edible sand?
No.
No, I would not buy edible sand. Thanks.
What happens if it was?
You know what? This is
sand?
sour worms all over again. I'm done. I give up.
We're going on another. Yes, the sour worms tangent was great. The edible sand
That can
tangent
die.
will not have.
No,
This is
Bury
it.
that one.
We must eat the sand. Eat the sand.
So Aaron, what do you think about a two-man podcast in future?
You know, that's looking promising. One day in the future, but for now, we'll call it here.
Let's do
gents.
that.
That has
Sounds like
been
a good idea.
Encanto.